Greetings from Leiden University. My name is Tom Liefvaart and I hold the UNICEF Chair in Children's Rights. In 2015, we started the Master of Laws program, Advanced Studies in International Children's Rights. It's a small-scale, international, and I would argue unique program in the world, entirely devoted to international children's rights as a field of law, and that needs to be applied in the specific context where children find themselves. And this year, in 2025, we celebrate the 10th anniversary of this very exciting program. And that is an opportunity for us to revisit and reconnect with our students, our former students, currently our alumni. And today I have the great pleasure of reconnecting to Simine. Simine, wonderful to see you again. And can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, just done. Thank you. Hi, so I am Simine Borner. I'm from France and I graduated the Advanced Master in Children's Rights in 2016, so the first promotion.
Absolutely, you were part of the first year, so that's very special indeed. Hey, Simine, can you take us back to your first steps into the program? I remember that you were part of a very small group. First year for us as well. What were your first impressions and experiences?
Well, first off, it was quite impressive because the building of the law school was quite something. And yeah, true, we were only 7 students the first year. So we were really privileged to have a small class. And it was something quite unusual for me coming from a French system because we had some students were already in the workforce, so they had some insights and vision that purely students didn't have at the time. So that was something new. And also we had, so the almost half of the class was coming out from studies and half of the class was coming from workforce. So it was quite something. And we also we also came from different backgrounds and different continents, I might say. So the cultural relativism and everything was something also new for me. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I remember it very, very well. Indeed, a small group, but very diverse with different backgrounds and different experience as well. Yeah. Hey, and was there a particular moment during your year of studies at Leiden that you could pick out that shaped in a way the way you engage with child rights, or that shaped the way you are acting as a professional?
Definitely. I mean, everything in the program was quite important in working with and for children, first off. And also, I think the point being put on how to include children, make them participate without patronizing them, and making sure that we empower them was something that came out throughout all of the classes, and that I really took to heart and implement in day-to-day life, but also in my work experiments. Making sure that children and their right to participate is something that we take into account when we draft projects for them, when we have to answer their needs, is something that I really took home with me.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that was also something that came back in basically every course, right? Every step of the program. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Simine, after you completed the program, a year later you graduated, and then you, of course, continued your professional career. So can you take us there and maybe give an example, 1 or 2, where you could really apply the knowledge and the skills that you gained throughout the year?
Yeah, so basically after graduating, I went back to France and I had another degree in international criminal law and humanitarian law. And then I worked briefly for the government on as a children's rights policy officer, where I was supposed to evaluate the progress made by France and its government towards the fulfilling of the concluding observation of the Committee of the Children on the UN Committee on Children's Rights. So there I mainly applied everything that we learned. That was a really in practice application of the program. And then I went on to working in development and then humanitarian fields. And I like to say that everything is relevant and everything is applicable in the work we do. But what I really took home was also the digital children's rights, especially with the emergence of AI and stuff like that, and how we can empower them and help them use it without it using them, but also protecting them online, and how, as adults in their life, we can help them navigating these challenging new things that are so shiny and everyone wants to use, but maybe sometimes it's not that safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So particularly the course on digital technologies and child rights helped you there. Yeah. And of course, in today's world, it's there, and it's really important also to connect that to child rights. Yeah, thank you for that. And Simine, there may be prospective students considering doing the same program that you so bravely started in the first year of its existence. What would be your advice to them?
I would say don't be afraid first. It was, at least at the time, a really challenging program and intense, both on workload and all the information getting and everything being kind of new, but also the way it shaped the way of thinking and the critically analysis that we could do of all the subject that we received with a different point of view from different theories and stuff. It was really interesting to be able to learn a new way of thinking and analyzing. And I would say, don't be afraid, and just, it will be okay. You will go through the year, and you will be someone specialized in children's rights at the end. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. So jump, basically jump.
Definitely jump.
Yeah. Well, you jumped because you were in the first year, and that was a brave thing to do because we were developing the program on the spot, and you. But it was wonderful to hear how it helped you also in your professional steps since then. And
definitely.
Yeah, great. And then that piece of advice is wonderful. I think is very helpful because it can be a very scary decision, right? To invest a whole year of your time in a program, maybe abroad somewhere where you have never been, etc., etc. So thank you for that. Yeah. All right, Simine, thank you so much for the opportunity to reconnect. I wish you well, and I hope our paths will cross again soon.
Me too.
And to
thank
all,
you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. A great pleasure to reconnect. And to all who have watched this short conversation and who are interested in this program, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can also visit our website, and we're always happy to guide you in your steps towards this program. So thank you for watching, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.